We ready, Andrew? Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the Tooele City Planning Commission meeting for Wednesday, November 12th, 2025. The hour is 7 p.m. Item number 1 will be our Pledge of Allegiance. Please rise and join me. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Item number 2, roll call. Commissioner Hammer.
Here.
Commissioner Proctor.
Here.
Commissioner Gossett.
Here.
Commissioner Hamilton.
Present.
Commissioner Jensen.
Here.
Commissioner Anderson.
Here.
I'm Commissioner Sloan. I'm theoretically here as well. Mr. Agard is with us. Mr. Johnson from the Attorney's Office. Councilwoman Manzione. Councilman Hanson. A special musical guest, Ms. Baker from the Recorder's Office. And Paul Hanson from the engineer. Item number 3, public hearing and a decision on a conditional use permit request by Kimley Horn to authorize the use of an accessory drive-through facility for property located at approximately 2400 North and SR 36 on approximately 1.23 acres in the GC General Commercial Zoning District. Mr. Agard.
Thank you, Commissioners. This application for the conditional use permit affects the property highlighted in red on the aerial photograph. It's about as close as I can get without having a survey marker on there, but it's a pretty good idea of where the property is located. The property is within the Peak at Compass Point development. You'll see the Smith's Marketplace there on the west side, and I believe this is lot 9 of the subdivision. As mentioned, the property is zoned GC General Commercial, as are all of the surrounding properties. So everything in the area is zoned for commercial. This is the site plan that is being proposed by the applicant. As was mentioned by the chair, this is an application for a accessory drive-through facility, which does require a conditional use permit in all of our commercial zones. Staff is currently reviewing the site plan. They have submitted a site plan application that is under review as we speak. However, the conditional use permit is able to go forward as we're focusing on the use itself, not the particulars of the site plan. One of the things we look for with a conditional use permit is potential impacts that are generated by the proposed use on adjacent properties, and then to assess or attach conditions to mitigate those impacts. The site, just for a Planning Commission's reference, is oriented in a manner that there are no accesses onto any public streets. So accesses into the site go from internal circulation roads, as well as a point of cross connection to the America First Credit Union parcel to the north. So when customers enter the site, they will enter from the west, particularly the southwest drive. They will then drive east around the west side of around the east side of the building, and then back towards the east where the queuing lanes are located, the menu boards and so forth. They will order their product, and then they will exit again and head to the east side and then back out of the site. So they'll be going around the building in order to facilitate the drive-through aisle. Pickup for the product will be on the south side. Commissioner Proctor did send me an email and ask some questions about the direction of the cars. We anticipate that most of the vehicular stacking will be before the menu boards, and so they will be facing west into the Smith's parking lot. However, when picking up their product on the south side of the building, they will be facing east towards SR 36. However, we do anticipate most of the vehicular stacking will be facing to the west while they're waiting to do their orders. Staff is pleased that the primary activity of the drive-through aisle is on the north, south, and west side of the building instead of on the east side. Typically in that situation, we require additional landscaping to try and buffer vehicle stacking areas from view and so forth. However, most of the activity will not be on the east side. So staff has recommended approval of the conditional use permit. We did not attach any additional conditions, as we did not determine any additional impacts that were generated by this. The conditions we did use are the basic housekeeping conditions we usually attach to our staff reports. So if you have any questions, I'd be happy to answer those for you.
I think I would argue about the stacking on the east side based on the current McDonald's.
Well, hopefully this will take some stress off the other one.
Okay, appreciate any questions for staff from the commission?
No.
Okay, seeing none, this does require a public hearing, so we'll go ahead and open that public hearing. For those of you that might be interested in speaking on this issue, please come forward to the podium, leave us your name and contact information, and limit your comments to 2 minutes. You guys are the public. You all going to come up and talk about this?
So we're here representing the McDonald's here. I'm Joanna Graham with Kimley Horn. So Andrew did a great job representing this project. Nothing really to add, but if you guys have any questions, I'd be happy to answer any questions that you all have.
Excellent. Thank you. Any questions for the applicant? I think so. It's pretty well put together.
Thank
Thank you. Okay, back to the commission for further action.
Mr. Chair, I'll make a motion.
Commissioner Jensen.
I move we approve the conditional use permit request by Joanna Graham representing Kimberly Horn to authorize accessory drive-through facility for Lot 9 of the Peak at Compass Point Commercial Subdivision Application Number 2025-091, based on the findings and subject to the conditions listed in the staff report dated November 6, 2025.
I'll second that.
We have a motion from Commissioner Jensen, second from Commissioner Hamilton. Roll call vote. Commissioner Hammer, how do you vote?
Aye.
Commissioner Gossett, I'm sorry, Proctor.
Aye.
Commissioner Gossett.
Aye.
Commissioner Hamilton.
Aye.
Commissioner Jensen.
Aye.
Commissioner Anderson.
Aye.
Commissioner Sloan also votes aye. Roll that passes 7-0. Congratulations and start moving some dirt. Thank you. Item number 4, public hearing decision on, you know what? I didn't do something I need to do. We'll close the public hearing. Item number 4, another public hearing and decision on a conditional use permit request by Matthew Cozad to authorize the uses of professional office, personal services, and a retail store with a maximum of 3,000 square feet to occur at the property located at 220 South Main Street in the MUG Mixed Use General Zoning District on .633 acres. Mr. Agard.
Thank you, Chairman. This conditional use permit involves the property highlighted in red on the aerial photograph. You may be familiar with this property. There used to be an old house on it for quite a while. It is immediately north of the Lawson Family Dental, south of 200 South, and sandwiched between 50 West and Main Street. Property is currently zoned MUG, Mixed Use General, and in the Mixed Use General Zone, almost every use requires a conditional use permit. So that is why it is here before you tonight. It does not have an accessory drive-through facility. However, staff is trying to anticipate potential uses in the building in the future and getting those authorized at this time. We do have a site plan application that's being reviewed for this project. It is moving through the process in a timely manner. This is the proposed site plan. The building sits in the northeast corner of the site with parking on the west and south side. The development will be sharing the access with the Lawson Family Dental. The applicant has provided a signed and executed easement with Mr. Lawson. And so the access points will remain as are. There are no new accesses proposed with this development. The applicant on his application asked for retail stores for the building. However, it is a multi-tenant building consisting of 6 tenant spaces, about 6,500 square feet in total. These buildings tend to attract professional offices and personal services type businesses. And so staff encouraged the applicant to include additional uses in their conditional use permit request so that in the future, a cosmetologist or a realtor doesn't have to come back for a conditional use permit. So that's why you see those multiple uses there on the staff report. This item does require a public hearing. A comment was registered. I trust the Planning Commission received those. I did forward those to you as well. One of them expressed some concern about a fence. I guess the owner had put up a new chain link fence and was worried that the city is going to require a masonry wall. adjacent to that fence. Just for clarification, we do not require fencing unless the Planning Commission requires it to mitigate an impact. So there's no issue there in regards to putting a new fence unless it's necessary, and it's up to you guys. So that's the request for this application. Staff's recommending approval with the basic conditions listed in your staff report. Happy to answer any questions for you.
Thank you, Andrew. Just for point of clarification, did everybody receive that public comment? There was actually two, but one was a revised version of the first one.
Yep.
Everybody saw that. Okay, so we'll consider that read into the record.
Did those come through your PC public comment?
Yes.
So it's been fixed and you're receiving them? Excellent.
I was really excited. Questions for staff? Kelly, you looked like you had something brewing.
Yeah, I drove by this property, and it looks like the fence is actually, that you're referencing is actually closer to Lawson Dental and not next to the house. So,
There is a fence currently between this site and Lawson Dental. It's my understanding that will be removed in favor of the development. I believe the comment was referring to fence along the northern side of the property,
yes.
next to some of those adjacent residential uses.
Right, okay.
I have a question.
Kelly's still rolling.
Are you still
here, so-
going?
No, I'm good.
Okay.
Okay.
Commissioner Jensen.
So I thought there was a provision in the code where commercial abuts, or is up next to a residential, they do have to put a fence, or is that multifamily to single? I don't recall, but it seems like that's came up before.
There is a provision in the code where commercial zones are adjacent to residential zones.
But
The
in the
Planning
same-
Commission may require a fence as part of site plan approval if necessary,
Okay.
but there isn't anything in the code that requires a fence in that situation.
Okay.
So, and these properties are all zoned mixed use general, and so there isn't any zoning boundaries between the properties.
Okay.
Excellent question, thank you.
I just think that with a property that is being used as residential, even though it is in the mixed use, I kind of feel that there should be some kind of, not necessarily a masonry, but some kind of privacy fence.
I agree with you.
As I
there
think
should be.
Andrew alluded to, we have the ability to do that in order to mitigate something that we have a problem with. And the letter, I think, if I'm not mistaken, talks about privacy, reducing noise, and preserving residential neighborhood character. So you could theoretically use those, and Mr. Johnson can tell me if I'm wrong, we can consider those as something that can be mitigated.
Yeah, all you have to do is identify the issue, and then identify how those conditions will mitigate that issue, if you want to put that in as a condition of approval.
Melody, you have?
I don't. That was good.
I think if we required them to have a solid fence, just that west parking lot where you drive in on the south side heading east, we have, I think it would stop headlights from shining in the backs of people's houses, and I think that's, putting a solid fence there would mitigate that, and also vehicle noise as well. I don't think it necessarily needs to be masonry fence, but some sort of solid fence, vinyl or masonry, if they choose to do so.
Yeah, I'm thinking the north end of the whole property, because if there's businesses on that north side, then,
Yeah.
yeah, we don't want them walking into neighbors' backyards. I like it.
Other questions, comments?
I just think if we did it, it'd be good to have at least 6 feet tall.
Yeah.
Yeah.
6-foot side obscuring.
Yeah, so that you don't have to.
On the site plan, it says 2-foot retaining wall with safety fence. I'm not sure if it's safety fence, so it kind of looks like maybe they're already planning on putting a fence, but I think a site obscure, make sure it's
I do
site
believe the applicant
obscuring.
is here as well, if you'd like to talk with him about it as well, he is here. So,
Okay, if there are no further questions for staff from the whatever it is we are, we'll go ahead and open up a public hearing.
Whatever it is we are.
Yeah, I often wonder. Mr. Peck, are you the applicant?
I am not.
Okay.
Thought it was.
Would you like to be the applicant? You are the public, so.
I mean, you talk about a fence, I mean, if I lived in those residences, I would like to see some type of barrier, privacy, and headlight issue, sure.
Thank you for that. Seeing nobody else that's rushing the pulpit, we'll go ahead and close the public hearing, bring it back to the commission for further action.
I'll make a motion.
Mr. Proctor.
I move we approve the conditional use permit request by Matthew Cozad to authorize the uses of professional office, personal services, and retail store with a maximum of 3,000 square feet to occur at subject property application number 2025-096, based on the findings and subject to the conditions of the listed staff report dated November 5th, 2025, and we attach a 6-foot privacy fence on the north side of the property.
So that I'm clear and so that Shiloh is clear, are you wanting that the
That
whole
is-
length of the north side of the property?
Yes,
Okay. I'm sorry, but maybe I lost it. Did you describe the fence?
a 6-foot privacy fence.
We have a motion from Commissioner Proctor. Do we have a second?
I'll second that.
Okay, we'll come back from, second from Commissioner Hamilton. Roll call vote, Commissioner Hammer?
Aye.
Commissioner Proctor?
Aye.
Commissioner Gossett?
Aye.
Commissioner Hamilton?
Aye.
Commissioner Jensen?
Aye.
Commissioner Anderson?
Aye.
Commissioner Sloan also votes yes. Rule that passes unanimously, 7-0. On to number 5, City Council reports.
Hello, everyone.
Still kind of Councilwoman Mayor-elect Manzione. Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that. I just have one thing to report on from our meeting, and that was we had at our business and our work meeting, we talked about the land use designation zoning change for the area 900 South Main Street by the Masonic Temple. We talked about it for a while at our work meeting, and the applicant actually asked us to table it so that they could go back and do some more work after listening to comments at Planning Commission, the public comment, and then the comment at the City Council meeting. So we still held our public comment. We had a couple of comments that were similar to what you had here at Planning Commission, and they're going to come back when they're ready to discuss it again.
It was an interesting discussion. I think I was mostly surprised. Traditionally, when we've sent a negative recommendation to you guys, that message seems to get across to the applicant better than it did this
Yeah,
time.
I
They
was-
didn't seem to have done much with what we had to say.
I didn't think so either, but they mentioned the comments that were here. So, I mean, the council, I think I can safely say we sent the message that we're not comfortable increasing the density on the area, that we were barely comfortable with what it had been zoned with before. And so that was kind of the maximum that we would accept, so if they wanted to work in those parameters, then we can discuss it. But, which I thought I wrote it down, but.
Can I make a comment on that, Marisa?
Yeah, go for it.
Justin brought this up, that they have 170-something acres there, and they're trying to do their density on the 38 acres off the 170 acres, which we're not a fan of. Because that made
This-
that
this
38
is-
acres like way dense,
This
and they
is
want
my
little
just opinion
cottages.
from watching it.
Yeah.
Cluster density is not unusual to do,
Right.
but I didn't feel like they couched in those terms correctly. They tried to make it appear, number one, that you guys couldn't do math. And so I was offended on your behalf, but that's neither here nor there.
It's okay. I think some of us were offended too.
Yeah, and some of you were better at hiding it than others. But I don't have a problem with cluster density, and it doesn't sound like you guys would either if it was reasonable. And the carrot they were offering isn't much of a carrot when you already own the carrot.
Right. It
the
can't
dense-
really be developed anyway because of the ground, so
It was fascinating. I enjoyed it very much, not having to participate in it. It was a lot of fun.
thanks. I think it was zoned for 134 single-family lots maximum before, so that's what we're more comfortable with.
That's
Stop.
still a lot.
It is still a lot.
And the same issues that we had when we rezoned it
Right.
are still present. And
The road, the rocks, everything that people said are
And
real
the same
issues.
public comment we had was the public comment that was there that night.
Yeah.
And, again, none of that stuff really was addressed. And so I was disappointed. Obviously, I'm the housing hawk in the place, and I want to build wherever we can build, but it's got to make sense.
Yeah.
And I think they could have done a little better job of that presentation.
Yeah, I was surprised because I expected a little bit different after the comments here, but
Well, it is what it is.
guess you can give it a try.
Any questions for the councilwoman? Well, she's still a councilwoman.
Yeah, a couple more meetings.
Can we start lobbying for having you come back as the mayor to planning and zoning?
Well, we'll see.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, item number 6, review and decision on the minutes of the planning commission meeting October 8th, 2025 and October 22nd, 2025.
If there aren't any changes or additions, I move to approve both of those sets of minutes.
We have a motion. Do we have a second?
I'll second.
Second from Commissioner Anderson. Commissioner Hammer, how do you vote?
Aye.
Commissioner Proctor?
Aye.
Commissioner Gossett?
Aye.
Commissioner Hamilton?
Aye.
Commissioner Jensen?
Aye.
Commissioner Anderson?
Aye.
Commissioner Sloan also votes aye. And item number 7, we are adjourned. Thank you.